Relative clauses. B2 Grammar Lesson. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify defining and non-defining relative clauses. Choose the correct relative pronoun or adverb. Combine sentences using relative clauses. What is a relative clause? A relative clause is a part of a sentence that gives more information about a noun. It usually comes after the noun it describes. It begins with a relative pronoun or adverb such as who, which, that, where, when. Example: the woman who lives next door is a doctor. The book that you recommended is fantastic. Types of relative clauses. There are two types of relative clauses: defining relative clauses, non-defining relative clauses. Types of relative clauses. Defining relative clauses. They give essential information. Without them, the sentence loses its meaning. Example: the student who studies every day gets good grades. Types of relative clauses. Non-defining relative clauses. They give extra, non-essential information. The sentence still makes sense without them. They are separated by commas. Example: my uncle, who is wearing a hat, is here. Relative pronouns and adverbs. Relative clauses begin with relative pronouns or adverbs. Pronoun, adverb. Who, which, that, where, when, whose, why, who. Used for people. Example: the teacher who helped me was kind. Which. Used for things. Example: the book which I bought is interesting. That. Used for people and things. Example: the car that he drives is electric. Where. Used for places. Example: the cafe where we met is closed. When. Used for time. Example: the day when we met was rainy. Whose. Used for possession. Example: the man whose car was stolen is Aaron. Why. Used for reason. Example: the reason why they left in such a hurry isn't clear. When can we omit the relativizer? In defining relative clauses, we can sometimes omit the pronoun or adverb. We can omit it when it is the object of the clause. Example: the book that I read was amazing. We cannot omit it when it is the subject. Example: the book that was on the table fell. Relative clauses with prepositions. Sometimes a preposition is included in the relative clause. The preposition might appear at the beginning or at the end of the relative clause. Formal: the person to whom I spoke was helpful. Informal: the person who I spoke to was helpful. Combining sentences. Relative clauses help us combine shorter sentences into one. Example 1. I met a woman. She speaks 5 languages. I met a woman who speaks 5 languages. Example 2. This is the restaurant. We had dinner there. This is the restaurant where we had dinner. Great job. Thank you.